Good Friday morning, everyone, and happy Easter and Passover. And it is Good Friday after all. So happy Passover, Good Friday, and happy Easter to everyone. It is that time of the year. We had a super moon, and I was out early this morning. First of all, I have an insomniac, body these days. So I'm up early in the morning, before most people anyway. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Snow showers outside in northwestern New Jersey as a disturbance moved through. So we went from thunderstorm wind damage yesterday to snow showers this morning. Now the skies are clear and the moon is effulgent. It's definitely an effulgent, bright moon, full moon outside. The biggest one, largest one of the year, a supermoon of the year. This is GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, Superior Forecasting for the Northern Mid-Atlantic region, and this is the early morning edition for this Friday, Good Friday, the 10th of April, 2020. Alrighty, let's see what we got here this morning. Well, we got small craft advisories along the coast, and we have wind advisories. Now, in the green here, these are freeze warnings for tonight into tomorrow morning, but overlaid under this and encompassing all of this area here in the lighter brown, if you'd like to call it that, or maybe tan color if you want to see it. That is for high wind watches or high winds for today, and that's going to be in effect pretty much for the whole day. These are the current wind gusts across the area this morning at about 6:30, and they range from about 20 to 25 miles an hour across the region. They're probably going to start increasing again as the sun gets going in the sky. It's breezy out there and it's definitely chilly. We've got temperatures in the low to mid 30s across Sussex County and across northeastern New Jersey into the city and Long Island, the Hudson River Valley area this morning. Temperatures also in the upper 30s to low and mid 40s just about everywhere. So it's definitely chilly. And if we put on the radar here, if that shows up, there's probably not much going on. These are snow showers, believe it or not. These are snow showers coming out of the Great Lakes and off Lake Ontario and Lake Erie here. May get one or two of these to spot in again across the region this afternoon. It's not improbable. And waking up to another fantastic GOES 16 band low-level water vapor channel imagery. Here's a very active subtropical jet stream that it does show no signs of quitting anytime soon. Here's our big upper-level storm system over the Gulf of Maine here and Labrador. And a couple of spokes of vorticity maximums working their way off the Great Lakes with snow showers. Even though the air below it here is dry, some of these snow showers may make it into the region this afternoon, later this morning and this afternoon. It's not impossible. As the sun gets going, there's going to be a lot more mixing in the atmosphere. And this storm really isn't going anywhere. It's been stuck over Southern California, Nevada, and this region of the Southwest for days. We've got this new storm system in the northern stream here in the Pacific flow coming into the upper Midwest and across Wyoming. Very impressive look to the satellite this morning. Let's see what we want to do. Composite radar. Yeah. Well, here's that rain. Here's the flooding and all the rain that is just continuing in Southern California, Southwestern California, Sacramento, San Diego. Ugh. Just does not want to seem to stop. Here are the snow showers and plumes coming off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario here. Well, again, vorticity maximums working around this low here. Well, it means that more precipitation is likely, probably snowflakes in the air, maybe a couple of drops of rain as well. Here's our old frontal boundary with more precipitation along this subtropical jet stream into the southeast. Up to the minute, iWeatherNet storm weather browser, severe weather browser. We had some winds this morning, some hail, and some snowflakes too in this area here in northern New Jersey and upstate New York. And of course, what gives with this storm? More snow in Maine and in northern New England. A couple of spokes of lightning here off the Gulf Coast. Some wind damage reports, but look, there's even snow here in California. Heavy snow is falling this morning near Lake Arrowhead, near San Bernardino in California. So this shows you just how dynamic this atmosphere is. Let's take a look. Here's the latest radar, and if we put this into motion, you can actually see the precipitation coming in from off the ocean and spiraling around the San Bernardino County area, Los Angeles. Hello radar. Here we go. Spokes and spokes. It's coming. It's coming. Slowly. Okay, here it goes. You can see the spiraling here. So, yeah, this storm isn't really going anywhere. Because it's stuck into place, there's nothing to bring it out of there right now. Let's go back into northern New Jersey, where we live. And we have some snow, and we've also had some hail reports this morning, too. Yes, that was this morning. Very early, like right after midnight, we had some hail reports. And this report coming in from Highland Lakes, about 1/2 of an inch of snow in Sussex County this morning as well, from that little squall line that passed through. Thank you, Rutgers, New Jersey Weather Network, for shining a light on this super moon. Good Friday morning to everyone at 6:37. Temperatures are below freezing here. High Point, also Sandyston, also Walpack, always the coldest areas. But look, it's chilly. Temperatures in the 30s just before sunrise this morning. And if we took a look at the minimums, they are where they are right about now. And we have westerly winds across the region, and they're basically about 5 to 10 miles an hour now. The sun is still coming up over the horizon here, so when that gets going, those wind gusts are going to start increasing across the region. They're moderate right now, but that's going to change. High wind watch in effect for the rest of today. Freeze warning for tonight. Why? Because the winds are going to die down. And under clear skies, freeze warnings in effect. Rutgers has had a problem with their wind chill index, but these are the current wind chills here, so even though the temperatures are above freezing, it feels like they're at or below freezing in many locations this morning, and it feels like it's 23 right now in High Point, where the actual air temperature is 31. Also in Wallkill River, it feels like it's 30, but it's really 36. Well, this is a lovely sight to see on the 10th of April. Not really. 974 millibar low off the coast of Labrador and Maine here. This is a very potent storm system producing lots of snow here across northern Maine. And on the backside, we have a weak trough access here across the northern New England area. Minors out just slightly, but notice with this northwesterly flow and westerly flow, we have all of these bands of snow coming in from off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario here, and other bands coming in from the Ohio River Valley under this domain. Notice how the isobars are so tightly packed. Tightly packed. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the other thing I wanted to look at, too, was the mid-level lapse rates. I was looking at this morning. It's a very unstable atmosphere. When you have lapse rates over 5 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet, you're going to wind up with this kind of configuration, and that's exactly what's showing up. Go up in the atmosphere about 3,000 feet, you've got 25, 30 mile per hour winds here. You go up to 850 millibars, which is 5,000 feet, you've got 50, 60 knot winds blowing in from the west to the east across the region. Pretty impressive. And let's go back to the surface. If we can go back to the surface, well, maybe let's go back to 925 millibars. See the freezing line here at 3,000 feet all the way off the coast here into southern New Jersey here, and everything below it or to the west of it, the air above it is below freezing. Ta-ta-ta. And we're going to do the storm reports in just a moment, but this is interesting. Look at all these people out in Maine with all this heavy snow that's falling across Maine this morning. And we still have some minor power outages here in Ohio and also in Indiana and across portions of Texas and Louisiana. But this here is very dynamic. So, we're tracking 831,775 people, customers out, 254,000 people without power this morning as the snow continues to come down in Maine. Impressive. Certainly for a brief time yesterday afternoon when we forecasted these showers and thunderstorms to come through with wind gusts, they did. And there was a lot of damage, lots of trees down, especially near Ocean County in southern New Jersey and central along the Delaware Water Gap here in southern New Jersey. We had wind gusts that exceeded 50, 60, even 71 miles per hour over the last 24 hours. Yes. And we had about, if we move this down through the counties here in Ocean, Atlantic, Cumberland, Salem, Monmouth, look at all this. 48 reports from yesterday. Yep. Of course, let's look at those pictures that are coming in from yesterday. Obviously, I've seen them. There's huge, huge trees that just came down yesterday and those strong winds. Let's take a look and see. We had some very strong winds yesterday, and we had some power outages too. About 11,000 were without power yesterday at one time. And some peak wind gusts for you. NewJersey.com wants to know it needs your support financially. Everybody needs financial help at this point. Look at these wind gusts here. 71 miles per hour at Barnegat Light yesterday afternoon, in the 60s, the 50s. Yeah, you got it. You got it. So what gives here and what goes? Nationally with our hazards, well, we got lots of stuff going on. They got winter storm warnings in Wyoming here, winter weather advisories, winter storm watches. You've got freeze warnings here in the Dakotas and south and to the plains. You got a lot of things. Freeze warnings here across the Midwest into the Ohio River Valley area. And, of course, here in New Jersey and most of the mid-Atlantic coast states, you've got high wind warnings and then freeze warnings, too. So you got lots of stuff going on. Winter storm warning, or is that red flag warning? No, this is red flag warning across Mississippi. And, of course, the tributaries in the north still flooding from the snowbelt and across portions of the Mississippi River Valley area. California, what else is new? Lots of flooding concerns, flash flood watches in effect, and also winter storm warnings in effect when we just showed you that on the radar, and high wind advisories. So it's a very active pattern going forward. Don't see much change here. No. Lo and behold, wouldn't you like to know the next 10 days in your temperature department? I'm sure you would. Well, today, let's face it, it's cold. This is well below normal. Normal temperatures are in the upper 50s to lower 60s. So temperatures in the 40s to around 50 today. That is well below normal. As we get into Saturday, not much better. Not much better. Low to mid 50s, mid and upper 50s to the south and west. And by the time we get to Sunday, Easter. This looks good. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s, upper 60s, maybe approaching 70. Again, in the Washington, D.C. area. That comes with a caveat. Then we get to Monday. This looks really nice. Upper 60s and mid 70s across the region, except, again, South Shore and East Ends of Long Island, coastal Connecticut, where, at this time of the year, you never really win over here. And right along the immediate coast, Strand, Barrier Islands, you never win either. No, you don't. Then we get to Tuesday. So if you get this, by Tuesday, you get a strong cold front. Notice this. 60s and 70s on Monday. Sharp cold front comes through. Tuesday, temperatures back into the 50s again. Right? That's this time of the year. And it looks chilly on Wednesday of next week, too. Thursday of next week looks really chilly. I'm talking really chilly here. That doesn't look too good to me. And, of course, by the time we get to Friday, our cold pool is still in place with temperatures in the low to mid 50s across the region, moderating a little bit by next Saturday and next Sunday, which is the 19th of April, back into the upper 50s to around 60. So we got a period of, some cold weather over the next couple of days, and then very warm weather ahead of the next storm system, and then, a rapid drop in temperatures again. Brrr. National viewpoint of the European model guidance for today. Again, snow in Maine, Labrador, northwestern Atlantic here. Yeah, you can see it. See that everything is going to calm down by tonight as high pressure takes control. That's why the freeze warning is in effect, because the winds die down. High pressure is in control, but look, here's that storm over the northwest that I talked about on the satellite imagery. It's bringing snow into Wyoming and the upper Midwest. Here comes the southern branch energy out of it, and here comes the two, and they try to amalgamate again across the Mississippi and Tennessee River Valley areas by Monday. Here comes the rain. Yes, here comes the rain again. Yeah, with all that warming comes the rain. As we get into Monday proper, it's raining pretty good around here. Not much has changed in the model guidance. This storm, 969 over the Canadian Maritimes. Ugh. Jeez. It's pretty potent. Here comes another area underneath it with a strong low pressure area developing off the coast for next Wednesday. So rain again along the coast. And that moves out. Here comes the next system in. European model guidance always wants to overdo snow. And its skill scores have not been that great. Let's face it, none of the skill scores of any of the model guidance has been great this season at all. None. And I've looked at them. Trust and believe. I'm your meteorologist. But on Saturday of next weekend, Friday night, Saturday, looks wet again. That goes out. High pressure comes in. And we dry it out a little bit and calm down just a little bit for the mid part of the month. But there's a lot of action still going on off the west coast and across the southeast with our subtropical jet stream, especially over Texas and Louisiana. So we're not out of the woods, and we're not going anywhere too fast. Nope. And where you are and where you should be today if you want warm weather, well, Central Plains down to Texas, but it's raining there. But Florida looks good, as it always does. My friends. My best friends. My lovies. They want me down. They do. And again, the CPC's 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook does not look outlookingly good to me. This very cold air for this time of the year over this portion of the country, especially over the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley area, extending into the East Coast. And this is the period from, let's say, Wednesday the 15th through the 19th. 8 to 14 day don't look too good either, but it's still quite warm in Florida. Yeah. And if we went back, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, right here in West Palm Beach. Okay. And look at all this warm weather that's forecasted for the northwest coast and California as well. And over the 8 to 14 day period from the 17th through the 23rd, same thing. I belong here. Or here. Not here. Not here. As far as precipitation goes, again, it's wet. It's going to be wet across the eastern United States. And the 8 to 14 day from the 17th through the 23rd, pretty wet. Generally wet. Not soakingly so, but wet. Got to have a Judge Judy mind, right? I do. Yeah, and that's going to do it for this morning's early morning edition of the video forecast discussion for GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. make it a Good Friday, because it is really Good Friday. But you should have a Good Friday no matter what you celebrate.